America's bracing for election season, and now Titans safety Rashad Johnson braces for his own version of Decision 2016. Here's how it works, Rashad.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you for the best player at certain positions throughout the NFL, the toughest matchup that you or one of your teammates is going to face throughout the course of the year. The one caveat is you can't pick a Titan. So no Marcus Mariota or DeMarco Murray in this game.
All right.
You good?
Sounds good.
All right, let's do this. Let's start with the quarterback.
Okay.
And Cam Newton, of course, NFL MVP last year. But Rashad, is he the toughest QB that you face?
I would have to say that Cam Newton is the toughest QB that I face. And the reason why is his versatility. He has a strong arm, but he also can do it with his legs as well. And you can tell that he's the emotional leader of his team. The offense rallies behind him. When he plays well, this team is on fire, and it's a hard team to stop. And he's placed himself in a position now that he can be the face in the NFL for the next few years to come.
And if he's running in the secondary, look out. He's like trying to bring down a tight end out there. Another guy that's tough to bring down is Adrian Peterson. As big as he is, he won the NFL rushing title again last year. Is there a back better?
I don't think there is. I mean, Adrian Peterson, he does it all. I mean, everybody knows that he's getting the ball. He's going to be the bulk load of the carries. He's the guy you have to stop week in and week out, and he still ends up being the NFL rushing leader year in and year out. I would have to say a close second would be Jamal Charles. Only if he could stay healthy, then I could say those guys would be a battle for number one, in my opinion.
The Titans have AD and Charles on the schedule this year. You ready?
It'll be a lot of fun. Can't wait.
All right, let's move on to wide receiver. Last year, Antonio Brown edged out Julio Jones of the Falcons for most receiving yards. Who's the toughest cover?
I would say Antonio Brown, and once again, it's because of his versatility. This guy can play outside, he can play the slot, you can throw him the quick screen, you can hand him the ball. He's just very electric with it once he gets it in his hands. But Julio is a 1B, if you ask me, when it comes to the receivers as well. So these guys are neck and neck when it comes to the top receivers, either Antonio Brown or Julio Jones, because of his explosiveness and just his overall athleticism. Just a tough matchup for anybody week in and week out.
All right, Rashad, enough of these offensive guys.
Okay,
let's get to your side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball. And J.J. Watt, some people have said he should be in the MVP discussion over the last few years, led the league in sacks. Is there anybody tougher to stop in the interior of the defensive line?
No. This guy right here is a complete monster. They double team him, they triple team him, and you still can't stop him. It's week in and week out. It's a J.J. Watt show when you play the Texans, and you know it. And he's done it for so long since he walked in as a rookie. You have to give him, you know, the top notch. Even though there's some younger guys right now that are right on his heels, Von Miller, Khalil Mack, those guys are really special when it comes to dominating up front. But this guy's done it for so long that he's definitely the top guy.
Okay, we've stayed pretty true to form so far, but I may have a surprise for you, because Marcus Peters, the young guy in Kansas City, led the NFL last year in interceptions and pass breakups. Is he the best shutdown corner, or who is?
Great talent. Great year last year, but I can't say he's the top shutdown corner just because he hasn't done it long enough for me. Personally, I would say the top shutdown corner in NFL would have to be Patrick Peterson. This is a guy that I play with. I know the ins and outs of what we asked him to do. He covered the best guy, right, left, in the slot, didn't matter. You got him, and we expect him not to make any plays, and he done a great job of that. So he's the top lockdown corner for me, because he gets the toughest assignment week in and week out, and he's done it consistently for 5 years now.
I told you no current teammates, but I'll let you get away with an old teammate in Patrick Peterson. Rashad, great job.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for coming in. Good luck this season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Rashad Johnson last night on the Electric Power Company Sunday Sports Central. A huge bonus for us to get him in studio and talk about his decisions for coming to Tennessee after 7 years at Arizona, how he thinks he fits in, and I think he fits in really well in that back end. You lose Michael Griffin, you definitely lose a leader there, but Johnson is a very active guy. He has played in defenses similar to what Dick LeBeau demands his safeties to do. And because of that pressure, things are going to happen quickly. And as he demonstrated on the smart screen earlier, he likes to read things, know the tendencies, know what's probably going to happen based off of formation and defensive calls and those sort of things. And then he goes and makes plays. And he has increased his interception total from 2 to 3 to 4, and last year 5, each of the past 4 years. 12 interceptions over the past 3 seasons, 14, I guess, over 4 years. That's the type of playmaker that the Titans need in the secondary, and that's the guy that they hope they got in Rashad Johnson. He's not a bad TV analyst either, so hopefully we'll get him back here in the studio at some point throughout the season. Got to take our final break. We will come back and wrap things up tonight here on SportsLine on News Channel 5+.